a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Texas Longhorns, taking on last year's national champions, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 24, probably looking for a little more on that return, but that's where his offense will go to work. So LSU's offense is on the field for the first time today. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top. Yet defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. LSU right back to the line. Fires to the tight end. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. It's complete on the right side. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on first down. To the ground with the back. Picks up the first down. Big pickup on the ground, knocked down at the 28-yard line.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. And when they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine, he might hurl over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, and he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance, this dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Gets the back moving. Here they're trying to get it to the edge. stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
You know, these little 1 to 2, 3-yard gains early, they're like body blows in a boxing match, and those gains become 10, 12, 15-yarders as the game goes on, and they wear this defense down.
Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun on 3rd down. Moves away as he feels pressure. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Snap it to the back. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. The Longhorns offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last. And he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming. He'll keep it on the sneak.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Higgins. He's got him. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But that great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball as well.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on 2nd down. Got his man on the right. He's got him out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Goes to the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on third down?
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Touchdown, LSU! Fired in from the red zone for the score. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Man, the Sunshine Showdown always has massive implications whenever Florida and Florida State get together. Here's how this season's game played.
And the ball is loose on the return. Scooped up by the kicking team.
You just can't have that happen if you're on the return team. You know if you lose the football now, you're giving the other offense the ball back deep in your own end. Simply can't happen.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
He's going for the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tiger. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Leaves it with the running back. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge 3rd down coming up. Rush is on him. He makes the grab. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The Longhorns will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Touchdown, LSU! Stealing a score on special teams. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turning on the gas. Great job, great return.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Back to pass, it's Higgins. The quick out. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds. Now on first down from the 28. Use the play fake, now to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces second down.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. And the Longhorns will bring the punt team onto the field. Remember, they took the last punt back for a touchdown. He'll field the punt and look for room. He gets a block. He's going to run it all the way back, but this is going to wind up just being a conditioning drill. Flag down on the field, and this one almost certainly is going to come back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback may change this route. Not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start offense.
Just can't lose focus like that. You got to know the snap count. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Looking left. Wide open downfield. He's loose. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took him to the house, but they got him at the 24. It's one thing to get that huge play. Now you got to cash it in with 6. 1st and 10 from the 24. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Each and every week, I think this coach...
The fake, and he wants to throw. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
LSU, 27, Texas.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Higgins. Sets up the screen. Turning it on. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Using the quick game. Smashes through the tackle. A big play, gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Get it out on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Lockwood. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. They've got the first down, mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. He's got it on the run. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Texas! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Number 8.
Well, let's just call it like it is. The first half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally score. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen, and anything can change after you score like that.
Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum.
Wide open spaces. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line.
And one of the things I love about this defense is their speed. And they knew coming into the game that they were going to see quarterback run, but that time they had him all bottled up, and they were able to use their speed to make him go east and west and run him out of bounds. Not a great game.
Right down the middle. Makes a connection. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at him, they're right back up.
He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Now, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead, and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Texas. 7.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable 1st half in Baton Rouge.
LSU ready to boot it away and open this 2nd half. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Here comes the Texas offense. Got blown out in the 1st half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to...
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Higgins. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Now on the return. Never had a chance. What coverage to get down there and knock him down inside the 10.
As a former quarterback, I definitely never had the guts to ever want to be a return man. And that right there is the reason why, guys. I don't need anybody having a 50-yard run at me trying to take my head off. So, listen, I mean, I feel for that return.
There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense called.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown, Tigers. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Fires to the big fella. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. A strike downfield. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. First order of business, get out of this hole as the drive starts at their own 7-yard line. They'll try the run. Finds a crease at the 20. Turning on the Jets. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. And the Tigers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Here comes the hurry-up.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Quickly out to the tight end. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
There are a lot of offenses out there that will probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Got his man downfield. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this third period with a big play. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. They'll run the option. They go to the ground. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. A run for the quarterback. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, LSU! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, we have a winner of the Palmetto Bowl between the Tigers and Gamecocks. Clemson had an impressive showing there in Death Valley, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Trevor Lawrence is impressed with this one. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then
breaks into the open. Some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Tootin. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. LSU quick to the line. He might want another play. 3rd down. Quick completion on the out route. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Looking to throw again. Moves around to clear up the vision. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down. And now this offense will try to overcome that 2nd down incompletion. Looking to throw, it's Valdez. Right on the money. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. On 1st and 10 from the 38. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got his man, makes the grab. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback making adjustments. Back to pass. Working that left side now. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. LSU looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. They'll send the back in motion. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Chucked it away just as he was hit. And that one goes incomplete, but there is a penalty flag, and they might have gotten him for OPI. We've got pass interference, but this time it's on the offense. First down for this offense. From the gun, looking for a man. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. This time he's got it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Second down, they'll go to the air. Here's the pressure. Great job by this savvy. To know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. The Tigers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. After the stumble earlier this year,